Welcome back to Sadler of Nails. I have another very easy Halloween design for you. This really cool neon spiderweb French nail tip. The base color is 3 coats of Jelly Bean by Bioseaweed Gel. And for the black tip, I'm using Ugly Duckling's black polish, which is number 043, so 43, I guess. I placed some black polish on my palette, and I'm going to use my Madame Glam's long fine liner brush to paint in the smile line. Now, I like to kind of dab in a guide for my smile line, so I put a dot in the center of the nail and then where I want the smile line to end at the cuticles, and then I just connect the dots with a nice little curve, I guess. Beautiful smile line. Smile lines are just something you have to practice, but once you've got it, they are so easy to paint. So after I have painted in the smile line, I am going to use the polish brush to fill in the rest of the French nail. And you guys know I use Ugly Duckling's black because it is a beautiful one coater, and I don't have to go in with a second coat. So that's why I use Ugly Ducklings. And now I'm going to seal the nail with no wipe top coat because we're going to be using pigment, and I don't want the pigment to stick to this part of the nail. I only want it to stick to the white polish. So we're going to seal in the nail with some no wipe top coat. And now I'm going to mix a matte top coat with my white because I just feel like the pigment just sticks a lot nicer and evenly to like more of a matte finish. So if you blend the matte with your white polish, it will then cure to a matte finish, as long as it's not a matte that has a dispersion layer. So make sure that it is a no wipe matte, and then mix that in with your white, but keep it very opaque. We don't want to make this milky. We just want to mix in the matte so that when it cures, it has that matte finish. So once I've mixed it together, I'm now painting along the smile line to make my spider web. I think the trick with doing spider webs is to try to just keep your lines nice and thin. This is my second time painting this because the first time it was like the lines were just so thick and they all gooped together. So that's just a tip. Keep your lines thin and do not connect the top here together. See, I'm leaving a little bit of a space, and that's just so that the polish doesn't bleed all into one ball where like the center of the web meets. So the polish is still wet. Guys, I have not cured anything yet. And then now I'm just doing just little half circles to connect the spider web together. And again, just a little bit of polish on your brush to try to keep those lines very thin. I am using the ultra fine liner brush for this part to just keep those lines, as thin as possible. And then after you've done this part of the web, I like to come back in and do the original stripes down the nail again. And this just makes it all connect nicely. So then you don't have any rough spots, bumps. So yeah, just go back in afterwards to do your lines again. And then I do a full cure. And then after it is cured, I'm going to use Daily Charms Neon Pigments. You could probably just use neon eyeshadow if you can't get your hands on pigments. Like eyeshadow pretty much is pigment. So try with eyeshadow, guys, if you can't get your hands on pigment, but you can find like a cool neon eyeshadow palette at like Walmart. Just try eyeshadow. And you do want to make sure you have a little bit of pigment on the brush. I had to save this neon green because there was just so much when I mixed it together. And then I'm mixing the blue with the green before I put it on the nail to kind of blend it so it's not so harsh, and then it's more of like a neon blue. And then after the blue, I'm going to come in with the purple and blend that at the tip of the nail. And you can see here that, I mean, there is a little bit of pigment still sticking to the nail bed after I brushed it. So I am coming in with my application brush that just has a little bit of isopropyl alcohol on it to clean off some spots where the pigment didn't come off. And then now I'm finishing the nail with my Ugly Ducklings matte top coat. This one does have a dispersion layer, which is why I did not use this matte to mix with my white. Now, I did not think that the nail looked finished yet, so I wanted to add a little bit of glitter. So here I am just mixing up my glitter here. Now, this is Madam Glam's nail paint, and it cures to a shine. So you don't have to top coat this, which is why I'm able to finish the nail with this polish, and then I don't have to add top coat. So this just adds a nice little glittery finish along the cuticle. And again, I am using the ultra fine liner brush from Madam Glam just to keep this glitter line very thin as possible. I really hope you like this tutorial. I have a few more Halloween nail tutorials to come, easy ones for beginners. So like and subscribe to my channel, and I hope you have an absolutely wonderful day. Bye.